Good morning, everybody. Welcome in to Wake Up and Ball. We got a brand new week upon us, folks. It's Wake Up and Ball with Richie and TD. We are excited to give you all you need to know about the NFL, the NBA, the baseball world, everything you need to know, baby. Let's get into it. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring the show as always. Good morning, everybody. We love you all. Hit the like button. Drink your coffee out of your Wake Up and Ball mug. You know what, TD? I want to do a Wake Up and Ball mug giveaway because I want someone in the chat to have one of these. If they're not going to buy one, I want to give one away.
Let's do it, man. Let's give 2 away. 3. Let's have some
we're
fun
giving
with
2
it.
away. All right. You heard it here, folks. We're giving away a Wake Up and Ball coffee mug. Stay tuned for details. If you want a coffee mug, you better stay tuned because you'll get a chance to win one. Because if you're waking up and balling, I think we all deserve to have drinking coffee or tea, whatever you drink. Maybe you're not into those. Maybe just put water in it to hydrate. It's a nice mug, man. Let's go. How you feeling this morning, TD? You feeling nice?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. Took all the kids to school. It's raining out, so it took a little longer than normal. So sorry about being late. Even though, since we're always late, it don't really seem like it's genuine, but I'm genuinely sorry, Cody. I really am, man. But we're here, man. Nonetheless, Wake Up and Ball. Let's get it. A lot to talk about. NFL rumors, but there's some things happening in the NBA as well that Richie, you can't run from, brother. You can't run from.
Well, there's something that happened in baseball that I will definitely not run from.
Oh, Juan Soto.
Ooh, you saw that, TD? You saw it? Oh, you saw it? What'd you see, huh? What did you see?
I ain't see nothing.
Oh, well, you said it. I mean, you said Juan Soto. What'd you see?
Wait, what? He hit a home run, Richie?
Yeah, and what? His first ever at bat as a Met. That's what he did.
I know, but hey, listen, you still got to win it all.
Listen, man, that was a cool experience. So they just announced I officially got rid of cable, which is different for me. And usually I watch the Mets through my cable service. So I had to purchase the season package for the network on MLB. So I literally, the Mets spring training is on, and I purchased the package to watch the Mets just in time. I go on my phone. I'm out to breakfast with my girlfriend or whatever. I turn on the game on my phone, TD, as soon as Juan Soto's up at bat. I'm like, oh, let's go. I thought Juan Soto's a Met. I get to witness his first ever at bat, and as soon as I watch it, the next pitch, home run. I was like, "What?" It's like, oh, shit. Like that was just a cool experience for me, man, because I was happy I got to witness that live, man, because I almost missed it.
Well, at least it wasn't like an Aaron Rodgers experience. All right,
man, it is expedition. It's not, it doesn't count, but listen, it just feels good. The Mets, the vibes are immaculate. The energy around that team, they're all fun. Did you see the car that he got for one of the young Mets that he took them the number from? You see that video?
No, I didn't.
You should see that video. So basically, the Mets have a young player, first round pick, hasn't really lived up to expectations yet, and he wore his number 22, and Juan Soto has been wearing number 22 his whole life. So Brett Beatty, who's the first round pick, he gave Juan Soto his number, and Juan Soto gave him this in return.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I'd have been like, no, I didn't.
My guy. Hey, man. I told you I got him. You're driving and everything. Oh, my gosh, man. It's all yours. Look at this thing. You put the bubble on, too? This is sick, bro.
So, yeah, that's Juan giving back for the number. I love that.
What kind of vehicle is that?
I think it's a Chevy, some type of truck. It's like $90,000. So yeah, before you start to say he didn't give him a nice car, he got him a nice car.
I wasn't saying that.
Yeah, man. So shout out, and I also love how like that's consistent. Usually in every sport, when you want a jersey, you either give some cash, but in this case, and Brett Beatty doesn't get paid a lot of money. I mean, this is a kid. In baseball, when you're a draft pick, you don't get paid the big bucks. So it's cool. I mean, that's definitely a gift.
Hooked him up.
Yeah, he hooked him up. So
that's what's up, man. Look at Juan. Look at Juan doing something Nice things. Okay.
Woo! Face of the city of New York, baby. I love it.
Oh,
let's get into some football.
mm-hmm.
It is NFL Combine Week. Matthew Stafford rumors are heating up. Free agency's right around the corner. Combine is here. And the first thing I want to talk about with you is Shedeur Sanders, who is not throwing at the Combine.
Yeah, I just heard about that.
Why is he not? Is he too cool? Is it because his dad is Dion? Is it because he's too comfortable throwing to his Colorado receivers?
No, I've always said if you already know that you're one of the top prospects, why go out there and show it anymore? Who do you need to prove anything to? You're a top prospect. Keep that. I mean, because I've seen top prospects have subpar days at the Combine. I just, I get it. Everybody wants to see him, Richie, but again, for what?
For what? I mean, this was, correct me if I'm wrong, this was the narrative. This is the same thing with Caleb Williams last year.
Yeah, but I still don't think it makes a difference. And you're saying boost his draft stock. Where you think he getting drafted?
I don't know, TD. I don't know, like I have a feeling he may fall. Like, I don't know.
Come on, Richie.
I think he may be on the board when the Jets are on the clock at 7. Just saying.
Stop the cap, and you just want him on the board. And you know what? Even if he was on the board at 7 with the Jets, y'all the type of team that probably wouldn't pick him anyway. Y'all would probably bomb on that anyway. So he'll be taken in the first 3 picks, hands down. Yeah, this is a no-brainer to me. He'll be taken in the first 3 picks. And why go out there and throw? And if I'm Cam Ward, I would do the same thing.
Nah, Cam Ward has got that motion, man. He's got to go out there, put it on full display, baby.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Cam Ward out there in action. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji will be at the Combine, something that the previous coaching staff did not go. Saleh thought he was too good for the Combine, so we'll see how that works. But yeah, man, NFL Combine Week is here. Roundtable Sports, we will not be there, but we will definitely give you all the coverage that we can.
And Richie, any team that's interested in him, they're going to do a private workout with him. Yeah, they'll do the private. I mean, it's not a big deal. This is really for the NFL, Richie. So, for those who are trying to move up the board and for the NFL as one of those calendar events, one of those big events for fans to, see how certain guys are, what their numbers are, all that stuff. This is a part of the entertainment to me.
Folks, please do us a favor. Smash a like button on your way in. This is Wake Up and Ball. We're back on Roundtable Sports. We're excited about it. And listen, man, let's just talk about it, all right? The chat wants to talk about it. It was on the agenda. The reason why it wasn't brought up is because TD didn't even watch the game. So why do we even talk about it? TD don't watch basketball. He didn't know what happened this weekend. You don't know what happened.
Richie, you dodging a lot of smoke.
Nah, bro.
The Knicks.
Why would we talk about a basketball game that you didn't watch?
I know I didn't watch it because I already knew what was going to happen.
You didn't even know it was on the schedule, though. That's the difference. You didn't even know it was happening.
Yes, I did, Richie.
No, you did not. Don't give me that cap.
I know the Knicks had 2 big games and they lost both of them. Yeah. And one of them was against the best team in the NBA.
Yeah, the Cavaliers.
No, the Boston Celtics.
Friday's
and the Cavaliers,
Celtics, which is
Cavaliers waxed you too.
The Cavaliers are going to beat the Boston Celtics. The Cavs coming out of the East.
Look at you. Misery loves company. They don't have a shot with you.
Well, it's going to be Cavs. It's going to be Cavs Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals because the Knicks are beating the Celtics in round 2 after we, deal with the adversity in the regular season. See, this is where you lose. You know what I mean? The trolling, man. Listen, man, the Knicks had a big weekend ahead. All right, they had a chance to show that they can compete with the league's best, and the New York Knicks are 0-7 against the top 3 teams in the NBA. All right, they are 37-20 this season, which is a phenomenal record. But every time we go up against the elite of the elite, we don't win. And I think there's tiers in the NBA. You got the elite teams, you got the great teams, and you got good teams and bad teams, right? The elite, I would say, is OKC, Cleveland, and Boston is the only 3 teams I'll put in that category.
As long as you keep them in there, Richie.
Great. The Knicks are in the great category.
Stop it. No, they not.
Yes, they are, bro.
They just good.
No, they're great because the only teams that they can't beat are the elite. They dominate all the teams below them. They're great. There's tiers. There's tiers here, TD. Elite is up in their own category. TD, no. I honestly don't even want to talk ball with you because you don't watch the games.
No.
So it's hard to really justify
That's
everything.
not true, Richie.
You don't watch what the Knicks are doing this season.
I'm not going to watch every game for every team.
Or like even plugged in.
I am plugged in, Richie. This is why I say this. The elite teams, you named them correctly. They're elite because they're waxing good and bad teams, okay? The great teams, they could still be good teams, just not as well as the elite.
Well, the Knicks beat good teams. They just don't beat the elite teams.
Oh, and see, that's the point.
Yeah, they beat the good teams. They don't beat the elite teams. That's the difference.
But the great teams will get 1 or 2 here and there against the elite teams. But the Knicks to be 0-7 against the great teams, they just good. They're the Dolphins. They're the Dolphins. They could win all these 11 regular season games, but never beat a good team. The elite team.
Well, no. They're not the Dolphins. The Knicks have 2 playoff series victories in the last 2 years.
Come on.
Do not compare us to the Miami Dolphins.
Stop it.
Do not compare us to the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins can't sniff a playoff win. The Knicks actually have playoff success. Not as much as I'd like. It's just 1 series they win, but.
Shout out to C. Hoffel in the chat said Knicks are not great. They good, but they are not contenders. Thank you.
Good, let the hate come. I don't care. The Knicks are a great basketball team. They got studs, and they're dealing with a little adversity. We have not been 100% healthy yet this season, so I'm hopeful that when Mitchell Robinson comes back in a few weeks, that will change the biggest weakness of this Knicks team, which is rim protection and defense. And he brings that. So Mitchell Robinson being out, he is the big key that a lot of people don't realize about Mitch. And I'm not blaming injuries for the Knicks' downfall. I'm just saying, as a Knicks fan, I want to see this team at full capacity and see what they're all about. There's a lack of identity of defense right now, and Mitchell Robinson is arguably one of the better rim protectors in the league, who's been injured all season long. Because Joel Embiid injured him last year in the playoffs. He literally went out there and twisted his ankle like a dirty player he is. Oh, the Philadelphia 76ers downfall is so good. It's so good to watch. Woo, I love it. I absolutely love that. So, yeah, listen, this is an unfortunate weekend. The Cavaliers spanked us. I mean, you could tell the Cavs have something personal against the Knicks. And you know why? Because the Knicks spanked the Cavaliers in the first round of the playoffs 2 years ago. We beat them in 5 games. We dominated the Cavs. And the Cavs, from that time, has had pretty much the same team. And they got better. They gained continuity. They got chemistry. They got a new coach. And now they're, want to take it out on the Knicks. And boy, oh boy, did it feel like that game was personal. I'll tell you that much.
Well, Richie, they've caught you all and passed you.
Well, the one thing the Cavs and the Celtics have over the Knicks is continuity. And I'm not saying that's an excuse. That's just reality. Going into the season with the Knicks, I knew this was a year 1 of this core together. Karl Anthony Towns, brand new. Bridges, brand new. OG got brought here middle of the season last year. That's what makes, I think, basketball. Same with the OKC Thunder. You look at the elite, what they all have in common is they have the same team for years and years and years to gain chemistry. I think the Knicks are not going to be on that elite level for another 2 or 3 years of this core really figuring themselves out, because basketball is a game of chemistry, man. You can see the Celtics, they play on a string. The Cavs play on a string. The Knicks, I'm really impressed with their chemistry so far, but there's still levels to it that they haven't achieved. And I think that's the biggest difference. It's not a talent issue, in my opinion. It's more the chemistry that's the difference, because the Knicks are really talented, man. And the big question with the Knicks, too, is coaching. A lot of people are questioning Tom Thibodeau as a coach right now.
Yeah, but I've seen some great teams, get it together right away, compete and contend right away. I've seen great teams win a championship right away. So I don't want to hear that. The Boston Celtics.
Which Boston Celtics?
Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo.
See, this is your
Big Baby Davis, Posey.
Chat, do you realize how tiring this is? That I'm talking basketball with a one-sided. This guy watched one era of basketball. And he just refers to this Rajon Rondo Celtics team. That's your only reference in basketball. It's that's the only time you watch ball.
I'm just saying, we've seen teams that put great players together win right away.
No. Who?
Yes.
No.
The Celtics did it.
They were good leading up to it. Then they made a few additions, and then they got over the hump. Same with the Warriors. The Warriors built their dynasty through the draft, years of development, won a championship, then got KD and won another one.
The Celtics did it that first year. They put everybody together. KG and Ray Allen came in.
Yeah, who was the core that was there? That was building.
Paul Pierce. That's it.
Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo, the culture.
Well, Rondo was his second year. Come on, man.
Was that Doc Rivers as the head coach?
Yeah, Doc
How long
Rivers.
was he there?
That was his first year. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. See, but like
I believe it was his first or second year.
All you do, TD, is refer to the only time you've ever been watching basketball in your life.
I don't understand why you say it's the only time I've been watching basketball, Richie. I've been watching basketball my whole life. I don't get what you're talking about. See, I could go back so far that, and you know what? I could go recent far. You probably don't even remember LeBron's young career.
I do.
You probably
young
don't
too.
even. Yeah, like I remember when he got drafted. I remember before that, I watched the whole Jordan era. I watched LeBron them come in. I watched D Wade and Carmelo Anthony and everybody come in. I watched every bit of it. I see you probably have never seen Melo in a Nuggets jersey live.
I have. Well, that's why when the Knicks got him, it was like unreal.
Yeah, so I mean, I've watched it all the way through. I watched the Boston era. I watched Miami, and I'm going timeline here. I watched Miami with LeBron, Dallas, the San Antonio Spurs era.
You know how much I hated LeBron on Miami, eras, by the way? I used to be the biggest LeBron hater.
Why?
Because the Knicks were good and he was a rival. So it was just one of those like, I hated him because he's so good, and the Knicks and he just was always in the Knicks' way.
Yeah, the Knicks didn't exist during that time.
When he went back to Cleveland, and then won that championship, that's when I was like, wait a second. But the Knicks were also trash at that point. So I was like, all right.
But y'all had the Jeremy Lin era.
Linsanity, baby. Woo!
Yeah, Rondo shut that down, by the way. Wait, hold on. Wasn't D Rose?
Yeah, that was that era.
Yeah, Rondo shut that down too. I remember Richie. Yeah, Linsanity was in the playoffs. They had some fights.
That wasn't the playoffs.
Excuse me. They had some fights with Boston.
Yeah, I remember that playoff series against Boston. The Knicks beat y'all in the first round. Remember that? Mello?
What happened?
The Knicks beat Boston in the first round.
That was back then.
That's what we're talking about back then.
Yeah, but come on, Rich. You know when
that was our last playoff series win before we got our most recent one a few years ago.
Man, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Rondo is TD's Jordan.
That's why we're not Miami Dolphins, because we actually have playoff success.
All right, Richie, you made your point on that. Okay.
LaSalle says Brooklyn. Nice. These Knicks are frauds. No, Flicks, we win playoff series. Stop comparing the Knicks to the Dolphins. If anything, we're like the Ravens. Ooh,
you got to stop this mess, Richie.
What? All right, the 49ers?
You got to stop this mess.
All right, then who are the Knicks then? Definitely not the Dolphins. Oh, the Bills. That's who it is.
Okay, in the NFL, let me see. Who are the Knicks?
A team that good in the regular season, and we're just basing off of the last 2 years. We don't know what's going to happen this year, by the way. Playoff, you win the first round, and then you get bounced in the second round.
You're the Bucks.
The Bucks?
Yeah, you're the Bucks. Cat and your two-man crew, Baker and Evan. Yeah, you're the Bucks.
Nah, we ain't the Bucks.
You'll never amount to nothing, but you know what? You'll get a fan base enough to say,
until you guys make it past second round, Nick, are not more successful this decade than Brooklyn. Nets.
By the end of the season, you might be the Panthers.
Okay, relax there. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. What has the Brooklyn Nets done in this decade? I mean, they literally assembled talk about the failure of this decade is assembling a super team like the Brooklyn Nets did And all he did is laugh at the Knicks fans. Haha, we have KD, we have Kyrie. Yeah, what'd you do with it? Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
KD's toe is on the line. Oh, boo-hoo. Come on, man.
Brooklyn Nets just keep trying, boy.
I love how, like, Brooklyn, and they laugh at the Knicks' downfall like they're relevant. Y'all got blown out by these top teams, bro. Yeah, we did. We did. I'm not saying we didn't. And that's what's frustrating me as a Knicks fan. It's like, bro, we can't be competitive in these games, bro. What the heck's going on here? Folks, hit the like button, please, on your way in, man. We got to transition to NFL talk, right? Because that's what the title is. We got the Knicks out of the way. We got the NBA out of the way. I'm not dodging the smoke, okay? I hear you all. I hear you all. Gosh. But I want to talk some ball, NFL ball right now, because there's a lot of things happening across the NFL. The Combine is here, and I wanted to talk about Matthew Stafford, TD. Where do you see Matthew Stafford ending up? Do you see a perfect destination for him, potentially?
There's a lot of perfect destinations. It's just a matter of what's going to end up happening. Here's what I will say. I don't know if they get a deal done because they're still trying to work a deal, but then they did give his agent permission to hear some offers out there. This is a very interesting situation, Richie. You know me, you know where I stand on this. I always say, stop paying these guys, man. Stop paying these guys. Move on. Get you a young guy and try to build around him and see if you can do something special. So, yeah, I think the Jets are a good landing spot. See, you got to pay him. That's the thing.
That's why the Jets are not a good landing spot right there. We're not spending dead money on Rodgers and money to Stafford. You're paying two quarterbacks, like $90 million. Come on, TD. We got to go cheap at quarterback.
Yeah, but wait, hold on. He's still
from a financial standpoint.
But he's still under contract this year.
Yeah, but wherever he wants to go, he wants to get an extension. So if you look at BetUS, they have the odds right here. There are odds right here on BetUS. If you guys want to check out BetUS, they are the #1 online sports book, folks. Receive a 150% bonus on your first deposit by using the code YouTube150. Matthew Stafford's next team odds. The Rams, of course, are the favorites. The Raiders are the second favorite at +300. Steelers right behind him at +500. The Jets right there. I don't see that happening. And then the Vikings at +700. So these are the odds according to BetUS. Don't forget to utilize BetUS, folks. Take advantage of the 150% bonus. All right, by using the code YouTube150. TD, your thoughts of these odds?
Minnesota need to go get him. Minnesota would be the best fit for Matthew Stafford.
You're just completely taking away the success of Sam Darnold?
Yeah, because who's better? Can you imagine Matthew Stafford in that system?
Sam Darnold.
So, no, he's not. Stop. Richie, don't start that mess, man. Listen, Minnesota would be the best fit for him. You know why? Because he'd have the best chance to actually contend for a Super Bowl with that roster. All right. Greatly, they're coached well. It's a quarterback-friendly system, and KOC will be able to even get more out of Stafford. And here's the big thing between Sam Darnold and Stafford, or Rodgers or Russell Wilson. You need a quarterback who can perform just as well as Stafford. I mean, just as well as Sam, which Stafford can. But in the big moment, you know, he's not going to cuddle up in a ball. You know, Stafford's built for the big moment. He's been there and done that. That's Sam's problem. Sam got in the big moment and it showed he didn't want to mess up so bad that he messed up. They need a guy who's not going to have that fear, who can go into those moments fearless. And Minnesota would give them the best chance. And I'm going to tell you now, it could end up being a Super Bowl worthy team. They could be a Super Bowl worthy team with a Stafford. So Minnesota needs to do it. And then, JJ, Stafford's going to need a long-term contract, like four years.
Well, that's
ain't
interesting.
No different than the Jordan Love situation.
That brings up a point, though. Somebody brought up an interesting landing spot for Sam Darnold, and that is the Rams. I don't know if the Rams could do that because they can't really afford if Sam wants to get paid. But if the Vikings and the Rams, what if they work out a trade here? Franchise tag Sam and then trade him, and it's a swap similar to the Lions, Rams, Jared Goff, Stafford swap. Could you see Darnold go to the Rams, or where do you think Sam Darnold's going to end up, if not the Rams?
Sam Darnold ain't going to no Rams. And I don't think they should get him, especially if somebody's going to be willing to pay him $40+ million. I mean, for that rate, you should just keep Stafford, you know? So Sam Darnold has to go somewhere to a team that misses out on their quarterback. Everybody's going to be trying to get a quarterback. Who misses out? Will it be the Giants? Will it be the Raiders? Will it be the Jets? Will it be Pittsburgh? You know, Tennessee got the #1 overall pick, so it's not likely to be them. The Browns, #2, not likely to be them. So who misses out on their quarterback? 4 teams are going to miss out on their quarterback. And out of those 4 teams, and maybe even 5 teams technically, and out of those 5 teams, then you got to go in, then you're talking about, you know, who's prioritizing free agency and stuff. It's going to be one of those, though. But no, I wouldn't put Sam Darnold in with the Rams.
So then who with Sam? Raiders? Browns? Steelers?
Who misses out on the QB? I mean, what is the Saints quarterback situation?
I mean, they got Derek Carr, who could get bought out.
Which is likely. I mean,
and they're in cap misery, so they can't really afford paying anybody.
Yeah. So Sam, I'm gonna play Sam with the.
He could go to the Saints if they figure that out, though.
I'm gonna play Sam with the Jets, man.
Ooh, you like Sam coming home? I don't see that happening. Let's be honest.
Why not?
I don't think the owners of the Jets would sign off on that. I don't think Sam himself would want to come back. I mean, that would be a cool story, but I just don't feel like he's built for that pressure because he understands that he understands what it means to be a Jet and how obsessive this fan base is and how passionate we are and how critical we are. I just don't think he'd want to entertain that himself. But if he does have that mentality of that much confidence that he's like, you know what? I believe in myself enough. I'm going to go back to the Jets, and I'm going to prove to them I'm their guy. I'm going to lift them. That's a mindset I'll get around, and if he does it, great. But I just don't think he has that type of mentality. He's kind of more stoic.
Then that's part of the problem. And he got to get out of that shell. I still got him going to the Jets at this point, or Pittsburgh. But yeah.
LaSalle with another super chat. What I'm saying is you are on our level of success, never making it past the second round. Yeah, I mean, Brooklyn never got past the second round as well with that team. So until proven otherwise, you're LaSalle. I hear you. But we're going to get past the second round with this rotation of these players. All right, come on, man, come on. Now, where's Aaron Rodgers ending up? Woo, Aaron Rodgers. You see the video of that paparazzi video?
No.
I want to play it. Because this is what I mean. Everybody, listen, it's one video. But people paint Aaron Rodgers to be, I don't want to say the bad word, but a terrible person. Like, he just, a D-bag, to say it nicely. Just not a good person. And I'm not even just saying this. The media is saying the same thing. This is usually when you see, when a paparazzi comes up to a celebrity, right? It's usually just like they're, you know what to them. But this is the most calming interaction I've ever seen from a paparazzi dude and a celebrity. So here's somebody harassing Aaron Rodgers after his workout, trying to see some news.
How you doing, boss? How's off season going for you at the moment? Nice one, man. You're in the West Coast. The weather's great. Do you see yourself potentially being in the West Coast in the future?
Oh, you're a paparazzi kid?
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice.
Any chance of you being in the West Coast in the future?
I'm just enjoying the sunshine right now.
The sunshine's good. And look, last question I want to ask you. When choosing a team, what is something you take into consideration? Like, what factors?
What factors?
Yeah.
If they want you,
They want you. What else? Anything else? Like,
they got a good team.
lovely. Well, look, wish you the best of luck, and best of luck for off season too, mate.
So have a good day. Enjoy son.
Lovely. How you doing?
What a bad person. Just a terrible human being, man. Ah.
Nah, he was rude.
Yeah, rude.
Aaron Rodgers was rude.
Listen, man. Usually you see these TMZ reporters, and it's funny. I like that video because at first I think Rodgers thought this guy was like a fan coming up to him. And then he realized, like, oh, you're not a fan. You're a paparazzi guy. That realization was funny. He's like, oh, here comes a fan. But no, it's no fan. It's a paparazzi guy trying to make some money from TMZ. So I think Aaron's playing, though. That's the thing that I'm learning. He's working out. I don't think
he wants to play. He wants to play. And I'm going to tell you now, he probably want to stick it to the Jets.
I think it's more about. I think it's more proving who he is that rather than. I don't think he has any bad blood with the Jets.
No. It may not be bad blood, but it's also you didn't want to continue with this. I want to show you why you should have.
Yeah, I could see that.
He coming to Miami, Richie.
Oh, you wish.
He coming to Miami.
Man, if Rodgers in Miami, I'd be scared. Tua? Tua.
He coming to Miami. He's like, yeah, I'll sit behind Tua, but if he start cracking,
he ain't sit behind nobody at this stage of his career. If he's going to a team, he's the starting quarterback. Don't you dare. Come on, bro. What you talking about? There's a lot of free agents, though, we got to talk about. The top free agents. Whew. I mean, have you done any I mean, the Dolphins don't really have cap space. So you guys can't even pursue anybody.
We have plenty cap. We'll have plenty cap space, Richie.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the Dolphins doing anything in free agency splash worthy. So we'll see. Is there any free agents that you want the Dolphins to pursue, or you're more looking into the draft?
Well, yeah, we're looking in the draft, but my number one free agent target is going to be Trey Smith from the Kansas City Chiefs, right guard.
When are you going to learn that Chris Greer does not like offensive line? He doesn't like to prioritize that.
Yeah, when are you going to learn that Chris Greer has failed ever since he don't like O-linemen, and now he's going to get fired if he don't go get some?
Last year, the whole thing we talked about, what's the Dolphins need to do this offseason to build? Oh, their offensive line, and they just ignored it. Like, oh, yeah, let's just draft Patrick Paul in the second round, and that's our only offensive line addition. Like, come on, bro.
He on the hot seat, Richie. He going to get fired if he don't. So I'm confident he finally will. And if I'm wrong, Richie, I'll be leading the pitchfork outside the stadium. Fire Chris Greer. Fire Chris. I mean, he has to. Like, how crazy would it be if he didn't?
Well, I agree with Doug. Greer is a mastermind, man. You just got to give him time.
Well, he ain't dumb. I know that much. To survive,
you got to give him time.
Yeah, I got a few here, man. I've been doing a lot of research and watching film and doing all types of stuff, Richie. Listen, Trey Smith is the first option. Mm-hmm. The only problem he gonna cost bank. Now,
okay, so rule him out. You're not getting him.
A cheaper version, if we can't. Drew Dahlman. I think I like what he brings to the table. He's a value pick. The thing is, I think if I'm not mistaken, the reason why you'll be able to save money on him is because he's coming off of injury, and that's ankle injury. That's Miami's MO. That's what Miami does. You know, hey, let's get a player who's worth big bucks and one of the best, but he coming fresh off of an injury, so he gonna be cheap for us, and we can bet on that. And it was an ankle injury, so I'm not tripping like it was a major one. It was an ankle injury, a bad one, but he only played 9 games last year. So Drew Dahlman, that's a nice option. Linebacker Nick Bolton, I like him to come help bolster the defense. Wish list, I like Josh Sweat. Think that would be a nice pick for the Dolphins. So yeah, it's a lot of players, man.
I feel like there's a lot of guys in this free agent market that I'm really excited about personally, and I think that the Dolphins have a very intriguing offseason because, like you've been saying, this is an offseason where they need to kind of go all in. Mm-hmm. And
Richie Love, we losing Rich.
I I think this XLR cable's broke. I got to fix it.
But we got them back.
Yeah, I think that the Miami Dolphins are going to bury themselves into more of a hole moving forward. So I'm looking forward to the Dolphins offseason. They're going to spend big. They're going to swing for the fences. They're going to load up the talent. They're going to be on paper stacked. You're going to have Dolphins fans on Twitter hyping up the team. And they're going to be, the 2025 Dolphins will be the 2024 New York Jets. That's
you
what
know
you guys
what?
will be. Where the Jets are now is where you guys will be next year. New coach, new GM, looking for a new quarterback. So we're just a step ahead of you. Not saying that we're going to be better than you, but we're a step ahead of you in the building. Because
I hope
I mean,
not.
But the reality is you got to be able to win this year. Otherwise, you are right where we are.
I mean, it's just true. There's no denying that, but I just hope not. I hope that I really hope that Miami shocks everybody this year. Now, would I believe? Absolutely not. I mean, it is what it is. We got Tua as our quarterback. I mean, he's not going to be able to compete against the best teams. But if we could build the team up to be able to carry, and I think we'll see. But Chris Greer, he got to figure this out.
LaSalle with the super chat. We should have an NBA division chat in the Discord. LaSalle out here firing away Brooklyn Nets stuff still. We moved on from the Nets. He's still talking basketball in the chat. And he's like, you know what? No one's listening to me. Make a basketball division. You know what? I'll do that just for you right now. I'm gonna message. Dan is the leader of Discord. Hey Dan, can you make a NBA basketball division in our Discord? LaSalle wants it. How about that, LaSalle? You're getting VIP access. All right. Let's see if Dan will do it for you. How about that? How about it? Appreciate you, LaSalle, as always, my friend. Justin Fields, one of the top free agents at the quarterback position. Where does he end up? We talked about it. We're going to keep talking about it. He's linked to the Jets, but I haven't heard another team out there that is linked to Justin Fields other than the New York Jets. like what other team out there would be a good spot for him besides the Jets?
I actually think he'll be a high priority target. I think he'll have plenty of suitors. But, teams trying to figure out if they're going to be able to get a backup or a starter right now and what their plan is in the draft. So Justin Fields is going to get swooped up by a team, one of these teams that need a quarterback, but he's also going to be looking for his best opportunity. So when you really look at it, and what's crazy, Minnesota should be looking into that as well. What do you think? Adding a guy who's also mobile?
He doesn't fit the Minnesota system, in my opinion. You need someone that can throw the ball down the field, man. He can't throw that ball down the field. You know what I mean? Like Sam. Like Sam. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Sam's better than Justin Fields. Don't even give me that blasphemy.
Different skill sets.
Sam Darnold is a better NFL quarterback than Justin Fields will ever be. I guarantee you Justin Fields will never sniff the season that Sam Darnold had last year.
Are you underestimating Justin Fields' mobility, the impact his mobility can have?
No, I am talking about, I don't think his mobility can win enough games with how much of a liability he is in the pass attack. You look at the stat. He averaged 110 pass yards per game last year.
That's a Pittsburgh system, though.
But you're always talking about mobility. Yeah, mobility is a strength you need in this league, but you got to be able to throw the ball and process the field, bro. He can't do that. He can't. He showed it in Chicago and in Pittsburgh.
Oh, man. Listen, Justin Fields is a talent. I just think he needs structure and the right system.
Do you think there's a world where Pittsburgh brings him back?
There is, but they're going to have to miss out on a lot. And then they can't run that risk because somebody else might snatch him up.
Yeah, I really think there's a chance the Jets get him. This is how I look at it. If the Jets bring in Justin Fields, they still better draft a quarterback because I am not putting all my eggs in Justin Fields. I want the Jets to have a quarterback this offseason that could be potentially the face of the franchise for the future.
Okay. Okay, now I need to know because y'all, like Jets fans, say that. What is going on with the quarterback you drafted last year?
Jordan Travis. He's a giant unknown wild card. I'm a big Jordan Travis fan, but I'm not going into next season with the idea of him potentially being a franchise quarterback. I think that he is like we don't know, TD. He redshirted last year with injury. Big unknown.
Yeah, but y'all don't want to wait to see what you have.
Yeah, the best case scenario, TD, is we draft somebody and Jordan Travis turns out to be great, and we got great quarterbacks on the team. I want multiple good quarterbacks, not one. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, but so y'all never got to look at him at all.
No, he did not participate in anything last year. That injury he suffered at FSU was one of the worst injuries you can get. He had a setback in the middle of the season. So his rookie season is a wash. So he's basically another rookie. And I think that to be honest with Jordan Travis, I think there's a chance he could be the Jets' long-term backup. And that's not a problem. I would like that. But if his name is called ever and he balls out and he becomes the Jets' franchise quarterback, I'll be happy to. But my point is, TD, I'm not obsessed with him enough to say, yeah, bro, he's a guy that the Jets got to put all their eggs in and build around, and he could be the future. I'm not that delusional. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I just don't know. We haven't seen him. You know, you never know what you're going to get in the NFL level.
I know, and he really lifted up. The reason why I like Jordan Travis is he's a winner. At FSU, they were not good, and he lifted that team, and he balled, and they started winning football games on the way to the college football playoffs just for him to get hurt, and then everything fell apart. That's the sad thing about him, to see what he would have been at the back end of his collegiate career. But we'll see. Big fan of his. Jaxson Dart is another guy that is, talked about a lot in the NFL draft. He's somebody that I think at the combine is going to open a lot of eyes just because his strength is throwing the football down the field. And at the combine, that's when you can really put your arm on display. Mm-hmm. Do you think Jaxson Dart is going to get overdrafted? Meaning the value of the quarterback position is through the charts and some quarterbacks in the draft gets overdrafted. Do you think there's a world where he goes top 10?
I was literally, as soon as you said Jaxson Dart and you start mentioning him at the combine, it automatically hit my head. He's getting drafted top 10. If he's the guy that steps up in the combine, and because honestly you need 4 guys, but there's only 2 right now, they'll end up being 3. Jaxson Dart will get drafted in the top 10 because here's what a lot of people aren't recognizing. For the last few years, there's been so many QB needy teams. And once the big guns go, it's always like 4 teams sitting there like, oh, man, we don't have one. Somebody going to take him. Somebody's going to, if on the board they look at all the intangibles and say, yeah, I like what we see. Raw product, but we can even make this better. So, yeah, I truly do believe that he's going to be a top 10 pick. Somebody's going to move up and select him. And you never know, man. These are the Bo Nixes of the world, the Michael Penixes and all of that. So, yeah, he's getting drafted top 10. I would bet.
Maybe top 15 is a little more safer, but I can it's just interesting. And I think a big reason for it is this class is so quote-unquote weak, but teams need quarterbacks. They're willing to overdraft on a guy because if he works out as their franchise QB, it doesn't matter where you draft him. You got your guy. And
where was Bo Nix drafted?
Like 13-ish. I don't know the exact number, but it was top 15. All the quarterbacks went top 15. Mm-hmm. And the good thing from the Jets standpoint is our new GM, Darren Muji, is coming from the Denver Broncos organization, who was part of the process of evaluating Bo Nix, went to the draft combine, saw Bo Nix, and they felt Bo Nix was considered an overdraft. That's why I'm bringing that up. When Bo Nix went where he went, He was getting mocked in the second, third round, all the way up until the draft, and then all of a sudden, Bo Nix is going as early as he did. People said that's
Too
an
many
overdraft.
teams need one.
And now look where Bo Nix is at. I mean, he's happens to have Sean Payton at his disposal as the head coach, which helps. But I think the Jets could be a team to overdraft a QB. Oh, boy. The Jets are just so intriguing because I'm just like, are they going to trade up for Cam Ward? The more I'm thinking about it, the more I feel like it's not going to happen.
Like, you think there's a chance Tennessee really doesn't take Cam Ward?
Yeah, that's why. That's why I feel like, number one, the price is going to be so high where the Jets are probably not going to want to give up that type of price. And Tennessee, why would they not take Cam Ward himself?
Yeah,
that's where I'm looking at it. Like, if you're Tennessee, you're not taking Cam Ward. Like, what are you doing?
That's the debacle there that, you're like, what is going on? Just to even have that conversation. But, we don't know what's going on with these general managers. We have no idea.
Glenn, with the $5.
Real quick, I wish there was a draft deadline, trade deadline.
Nah,
like any first round trades had to happen. Yeah, I know. I just wish there was.
That's the whole fun thing about the draft is there's trades happening on the draft night.
Yeah, I just want to know more early.
But that's the thing. Sometimes you got to see like how the board falls before you make the trades.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn with the $5. Richie, you are wrong. Greer will figure it out and save his job like he always does. Greer will survive. Well, that means you're going to be, what, in the playoffs, Glenn, and lose in the first round? Does that save his job, TD?
Might even win in the first round and then lose in the second round and save his job, and people think that it's progress.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, but it's false progress.
Dolphins are screwed because there's no shot they're winning a Super Bowl, so they're just destined to be doomed.
Not with this current regime and quarterback. That's the problem.
Appreciate the super chat, Glenn. Intriguing isn't the word I use when I think of the Jets. I mean, listen, it's intriguing because no one knows where the Jets are going at quarterback, man. Let's be honest. One prospect I feel like we haven't talked about enough is Travis Hunter, who's going into the draft as a corner.
Ooh.
Where do you think is the perfect landing spot for him? If you look at the top of the draft, who's going to draft him? Like, the Giants?
Might be the Jets.
You think he falls to the 7?
You know,
I haven't seen him fall to 7 once in any mock draft.
Yeah, but again, when those quarterbacks start going and teams try to trade up, the whole landscape can flip.
I'd take Travis Hunter on the Jets.
I mean, you got to look at it like this. The Browns, right? What are they going to do? Are they going quarterback or are they trading that pick out? You know? And who's number 3?
Giants.
They need a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Who's number 4?
Patriots.
The Patriots could do it, or they can go edge.
Or offensive lineman.
Or O-line. Who's at 5?
Jaguars.
Yeah, he going top 5, top 7.
And then Raiders at 6. Ooh, Travis Hunter and Sauce Gardner. Best cornerback duo in the league. Put him in some packages in the red zone on offense. And then him and Garrett Wilson. Ooh.
Who's before y'all at 6?
Raiders.
In 5?
Jaguars.
Jags and then Patriots, right?
Yeah, study this draft order, TD. Where you at?
Yeah, when I'm not used to the top 10, that's why.
Here it is.
Only those in the top 10, usually remember the top 10. So
right. So this is a mock draft on Tankathon. Cam Ward going 1, Carter 2, Sanders. Travis Hunter goes to New England. Jets get Will Campbell. And you guys get Malachi Starks. I've seen Malachi Starks go pick 30 and then that high. So that's an interesting one. Ashton Genty to the Cowboys. Cowboys fans would love that. Will Campbell for the Jets at offensive line would be A good one. So, yeah, interesting.
Hmm.
Interesting. Travis Hunter there. So, we shall see where it all ends up. Combine week is here, folks. So, we shall see what happens. A lot of fun things going on in the NFL. Make sure you guys smash a like button if you didn't already. We're going to wrap things up here. All right, TD, it's been a pleasure. Hope you had a great weekend, everybody. We have a fun week here at Roundtable Sports on the horizon. So make sure you guys stay tuned for all the content here on the channel. Smash that thumbs up button if you didn't already. And subscribe here to Roundtable Sports. We're close to 20,000 subscribers, and we are keep grinding here on the channel. So please hit all those buttons for us. We appreciate it. TD, anything you want to say to the people before we wrap things up?
Yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Please punch that like button on your way out. Tomorrow we'll be back with more action right here on Wake Up and Ball. We love you all. Peace. We're out.
So guys, we are giving away a Wake Up and Ball mug. And the way you enter is after the show's done, right after the show's done, comment down below, Wake Up and Ball mug. All right? Say Wake Up and Ball mug. After you comment, subscribe to Roundtable Sports and follow us across all social platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and then we will announce a winner. All right? So later on this week, Wake Up and Ball mug giveaway. After the show's done, right when we end it, go down below and comment Wake Up and Ball mug giveaway, and then we will announce the winner, all right? And then follow us across all socials. We love you all. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring the show, and we'll see you next time. Peace.